Hi everyone. We have the type of questions which are finding the domain, and like 1 page, 2 page, and 3 pages, 4 pages, 5 pages. No, okay. So we have different kind of cases when they are in rational form, when they are inside the square root, when there is logarithmic form. So first, if we did them all one by one, later what if they are like mixed cases? So I will solve only two mixed cases for you as how for exam. So one in here, and then a Binyan question. So we need to find the domain of this one. Firstly, if you have the logarithm, that inside part of the logarithm x plus 1, it must be bigger than 0. There is no equality in here. You should check for this. So you get in here x bigger than -1, a result. Then if you have a square root, x minus 3, that part inside the square root can be bigger than or equal to 0. So in here you get x is bigger than or equal to 3. And if you have anywhere a rational expression, which is the denominator, sorry, I couldn't say, the denominator x minus 3 can never be 0. Take square of both sides, x minus 3 can never be 0, x can never be 3. So let's do a sign chart. When there are smaller, bigger numbers, do a sign chart to find the common part for all. So we have two critical points, -1 and 3, -1 and 3, minus infinite, plus infinite. So case 1, x is bigger than -1, first row. In here, -1 is not included, empty circle and bigger part. And case 2, x is bigger than or equal to 3. In here, actually, for this case, you can include 3. But the last thing says that 3 cannot be included. So the parts which are chosen in both parts, so x element from 3 to plus infinite, we could include 3, but the last case says that also do not include 3, from 3 to plus infinite. And let's solve also this case. So firstly, inside the square root, that part should be bigger than 0, x squared or equal to 0, 3x minus 4, bigger than or equal to 0. So for this kind of things, you should find the critical points which are making it equal to 0. You should factorize and find the points which are making it 0. So 1 times 4, since we have the middle place negative, so its big number will be negative, small one will be positive. Their product makes -4, their sum +1 minus 4 makes -3. So we can factorize this x plus 1 and x minus 4. We are looking for the critical points which are making it equal to 0. X plus 1 equals 0, x equals -1, x1. X minus 4 equals 0, x equals 4, which is x2. So to be able to find the part which are bigger than 0, we will do a sign chart. But before doing that, I will also check the denominator. The denominator cannot be equal to 0. So let's write it as it's equals to 0, and let's remove all the other parts, all the things later. So you can write that -1 goes to the other side as +1, x is equal to, actually absolute value of x is equal to square root of 1. Actually, this step, which we should take square root of both sides and square root of 1. Square root of 1 will be always positive 1, but x squared will be absolute value. That's why you will say that plus -1, which is when x is plus or -1, the denominator is 0. These answers should be removed after you check the sign chart, if they are inside the answer part. So let's do the sign chart for the quadratic. We have -1 and 4 critical, -1 and 4 for this expression, x squared minus 3x minus 4. Since x squared is kind of a positive expression, it will start with plus. These are the roots, plus and minus and plus. So then it says in here, it can be equal to 0. That means we can include these two numbers as well. And we should choose the parts which are bigger than 0, which is positive parts. We should choose these parts. So x is element of all the x numbers that can be used from minus infinity to plus infinity. We can choose the two intervals from minus infinity to minus 1. Right now we can include minus 1 by looking this, but the middle place says that you should remove it. It cannot be. That's why I cannot include the union from 4 to plus infinity, and 4 in here can be included from 4 to plus infinity. So we removed minus 1, plus 1. It wasn't even in the answer part, so you don't have to do anything for plus 1. This will be the final answer.